Hello, beautiful people. Henry Charles Albert David, born 15 September 1984, also known as Prince Harry, or as Meghan likes to call him, H, or this other one. Yes, he was born into a life of such privilege. I think that not even the other royal families around the world, they have privileges, but nothing compared to the British monarchy. He was born into that life. And in 2023, closing this year, he finds himself in the worst possible, unprivileged, undignified situation, thanks to his poor choices. And the worst choices ever made was marrying Meghan Markle. So we're going to discuss a little bit about Harry right here and his downfall and where is he going to go from here? Is there anywhere he can go from what he's made, especially now with this Tyler Perry mess that's going on? What's it going to happen? What's going to happen?
If your mother were still alive, do you ever think about how she might handle this moment?
We wouldn't have got to this moment.
I want to take this time to thank all of you guys who participated in the raffle by making it great. Please, Lisanne Bennett, you won the raffle. Please do accept that you've won. Otherwise, the raffle won't be closed. So congratulations for winning, and thanks all of you who participated in this, because you've helped make a great Christmas for the kids and with their dinner and gifts. So please, Lisanne Bennett, if you're watching, check your spam emails and make sure that you accept that the raffle's ended. Otherwise, it's still open. So in order to collect your pledge and to close the raffle. So thank you very much, guys. And please don't forget to do all the good stuff. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing. It helps the channel grow. Thank you very much, guys. You rock. Beautiful people, I'm here in Granada. See? I don't know if you can see all the horses over there. Can you see them? There's the volcano over there, Volcano Mombacho. Guys, isn't this cool? This is how I'm gonna drink my lemonade. Isn't it? Isn't this cool? City in Granada. This is Granada, beautiful people. See, this is a very colonial city. See? This is Hotel Granada, which is very, very pretty. I don't know if you guys, those of you who have been following me since Norway, you have seen me walk through a tunnel, a light, like a light tunnel in Norway. This is right now in Granada. This is supposed to be like that, but obviously not the same. This is Granada. Isn't this beautiful, guys? I don't want to show the people too much here. So, isn't this pretty, guys? And there's city. See, this is here Granada, guys. I've taken you here many times. That's the cathedral. There's gonna be an activity here. Do you guys remember when I showed you city dancing? It was something there. They always hold them these activities at this square. See? People. This is the nativity here. Isn't it pretty, guys? Who would have thought when Harry was born that he would find himself in this shitty position? I can guarantee you he didn't think he would find himself in this situation. From much loved royal, popular royal of one of the main royal households in the world, to the most hated D-list celebrity loser in the United States. He went from worldwide love and fame to worldwide D-list infamy. And this is all thanks to these are the choices that Harry makes when he's allowed to make choices, which is why it kind of makes sense that the royal family were they were making the choices for him, because when allowed to make a choice, clearly this man doesn't know how to make them. He didn't heed the warnings that people were telling him. It's like danger, like in Lost in Space, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Everybody was telling him, danger, danger, Harry. And the reason for that is because the royal family indeed did have MI6. They do have MI6. They knew what Meghan was about. So Harry is born into this amazing, amazing family. I mean, he was not a billionaire, but he lived that life. He had access to anybody on earth. I mean, I remember that the first ladies, Jill Biden, it was like open door policy for Prince Harry or anybody in the royal family. We've heard Courtney Cox say, oh, Prince Harry's staying here, wants to stay in my house. Sure. That didn't end well, did it? But that's the level of access that this man had. And in Bill Simmons, I know many people have laughed off that Harry said, well, I want to talk to Putin, I want to talk to Trump. Why? I understand in that regards, I understand his frame of mind, because the first interview, everybody wanted, all the newspapers in the world, all the journalists in the world wanted Barack Obama's first interview after he finished being president. Guess who got it? Prince Harry. Because that's the level of reach of access he had while he was a member of a working member of the royal family. He still is, in my opinion, but hey. So we have Harry being born to an incredibly loving mother, Princess Diana, and a somewhat disappointed father, Prince Charles. But he still loved him. Even Princess Diana said that Charles was a very hands-on father, as much as hands-off he could be, but that he was a very nice father to both his children, and that he loved being a father. So he's brought up not wanting for anything. Not wanting for anything, not being bright at all. We know that his family has, in many ways, he's the ultimate Nepo baby, because his family has ensured that he got into schools, military, without needing to meet the requirements, knowing that this man did not fulfill the minimum requirements, emotional, mentally smart, in Smart's way. He was not bright enough to get into Eton. Yet, we're going to let him in. He was not bright enough to get into Sandhurst. We know through the hacking phone allegations that when the phone was hacked, one of the things that William was talking to Catherine was that he was angry that Prince Harry's aide had helped them with the Sandhurst test, to pass the Sandhurst test. Not because he studied with him, but because he literally physically helped him. Cheated. We know there was the Eton scandal about the cheating. We know that Harry did not meet the grades required to even take the Sandhurst test. But because of who he was and because it was the Queen, he was allowed to do that. We know now, because thanks to Spare, he's been saying that he was doing drugs throughout his entire time in the military and prior to that. Yet this man never took a drug test, like all of the other soldiers. Because had he done that, he would have been dishonorably discharged. So yes, Harry has enjoyed a life of ultimate privilege. His grandmother, the Queen. And yes, his mother died. His mother died. Nobody's saying that his mother didn't die. Of course, we know that Princess Diana died. But he's been riding and exploiting those coattails of the prince's death to inspire pity and to get away with everything he's doing. Oh, Prince Harry was caught wearing a Nazi uniform. Oh, but his mother died. Oh, Prince Harry was caught saying the most vile racist slurs to his fellow soldiers. Oh, but his mother died. He's just been a lad. Oh, Prince Harry was caught, he's been saying that he hates England. But his mother just died. Oh, Prince Harry's been a bully and abusive person. But his mother just died. The most recent thing was Spare. everybody was hailing this book as being his truth. It's filled with lies. And thanks to Oprah, who coined that phrase, my truth. That there's no such thing as my truth. There's a version of events as per what you want to believe and what you want to project. And then there's the truth based by facts, which Harry has none. So this man is allowed to get into the military, which to me is incredible. And shame on the UK military for allowing this to happen, because they should have sets of standards. And it is my very humble opinion that they endangered real soldiers who were there to give their lives for Queen and country, just to play up to Harry's image, because the royal family knew what an idiot, what a bully, what a Forrest Gump Harry was. Just everybody. And people are still going along. I still hear to this day, oh, Harry was in the military and he served with distinction. How can he serve with distinction when he never saw a day of battle? When this man went to two of the most brutal wars and never saw a wounded soldier or a day of battle anywhere. He spent most of his time in the bunker. People are still pandering to that. Just recently, I saw Angela Levin post a tweet, oh, Harry well deserves to win against the newspapers because they did hack his phone. Angela, which planet are you on? There was a 2014 trial where the paper said, yes, we did, and we apologize. We hacked his phone 9 times. Not the 15 that the judge shamelessly has said right now. They apologized and they offered a settlement, which Harry refused because he thought £200,000 was too little. He wanted £1 million like William did. We've seen him with Chelsea David. We've seen him with Cressida Bonas. 2 smart women who have at their very core principles, moral compass, which Harry can't stand because they were not willing to go along with his nastiness, with his paranoia that he wants to be more important. And I don't think he's paranoia. I think that's the wrong word. I think that he wants to pretend that he's being followed because in his mind, in his narcissism, he can't conceive that he's not at the same level as Prince William. That he's not a man, as much of a man as Prince William is. Harry is not even a man. I don't even know what he is. He's in California, just doing drugs. And according to him, this is all according to his book, doing nothing. And then Meghan happens. The Meg, as Andrew from 88 POV says, the Meg happens. He was warned, date her, take your time, get to know her. But why didn't Harry do that? Because he finally found a woman that mirrored his same lack of values, his same hatred towards anybody who's more successful than he is in their own rights because of what they did. A woman who believes, like he does, that she's entitled to everything. She's entitled to bully people. She's entitled to slander people. That she's entitled, period. And that people who don't recognize that entitlement should be ghosted, trashed, slandered, defamed, crushed out of their way. Because in both Harry and Meghan's minds, they're both the epitome of what a human being should be. So yes, Meghan Markle happens. He's told, take your time, as I said before. Get to know this woman. But Harry had everything he needed to know about Meghan Markle. All he needed to know was there was a woman who was willing to go along his nasty plans. A woman who understood his hatred for his own family. A woman who understood his envy of everything his brother stood for. And to tell you the truth, I think Harry had a crush on Catherine. And this is why Meghan is so angry with Catherine. First, because, Meghan is his cant, and she envies Catherine, clearly. But I really believe that deep down, Meghan is threatened by Catherine because she knows that Harry had been secretly in love with Catherine. But this is just what I think. So we have Harry now, who went from staying in all the Hollywood A-listers home, Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks. I mean, everybody, presidents, everybody. And he marries this woman. That was I think now we have Harry. What we're looking at Harry is that he knows he screwed up, but he's so arrogant and so narcissistic that he's not willing to go along. He doesn't want to work. Why would he? He has never worked. Even when he was in the army, he never really worked. He never really did the grunt work that any other officer would do. As I said, even in his spare book or whatever he says, or whatever, I don't know, one of the many fallacies he said and done, that the only time he saw a wounded soldier was on his way back from the war zone, and he saw that in a plane. When he was coming back, a plane, the wind blew the curtain, and he saw the wounded soldier while he was on the way back to the castle where the future two kings of England were there to greet him in person and to welcome him home, to take him back to the castle to celebrate his non-duty on the front lines. So now we have Meghan, a woman who clearly is stupid. Meghan is clearly stupid. She's cunning at the very low. There's nothing worse than a stupid, narcissistic person, because they only think of the moment decisions. They react and take decisions impulsively and momentarily without thinking of long-term consequences, which is what we're seeing right now. And we're seeing Harry claiming to have 2 children, but he barely spends time with them. Because again, people blame a lot on Meghan, and I agree with her. You guys know this channel, what it's about. But Harry has a lot writing too. He has 2 children where he has to think above of other people than himself. If you're a true parent, you will think of your children. You will put them first. Clearly neither Meghan nor Harry are decent parents. And I'm surprised that Children's Protective Services are not banging at their door. So now we have Harry with Meghan. They fly to freedom, according to himself, in Tyler Perry's private jet, to California to start a new life, to run away from privacy, from prying eyes. And the first thing he engages is in a privacy tour that basically belittles, and he becomes the laughingstock of Hollywood, because if you really want privacy, you wouldn't be doing that. Then he engages in the Oprah interview. I can guarantee you, from what my sources tell me, that he didn't know what Meghan had said until he saw the interview, because he came in late. He came in 30 minutes late. 60 minutes after Meghan had been talking. And that's when he saw the Oprah interview, he knew what his wife had said. And this is why the very next day we had that statement say it wasn't the Queen, it wasn't Prince Philip. Because he knew. This man knew what he had done. Meghan was rejoicing in the chaos she had created for him and his family. But Harry knew, to the point that immediately, according to Oprah, said, "Oh, Harry wants us to know that it wasn't the Queen, nor none of his dying grandparents was." But he didn't dare take it a step further. He allowed that to simmer for 2 years. And then he does the Tom Bradby. Then we have Meghan going on. And in the meantime, in those 2 years, he takes an award from the Robert F. Kennedy Foundation for fighting institutional racism in the monarchy. I didn't understand. I mean, being a ginger, yeah, okay, you get many jokes, but nobody was racist against him. Neither Meghan Markle. Nobody was racist against Meghan Markle. And we know that because later on he did deny it in Tom Bradby. The only racist royal is Harry and Meghan. So, and then they go on NAACP, where they're praised for fighting institutional racism. Then we have Meghan going and doing all the articles. Meghan saying that she had a miscarriage somehow. I don't know, but again, the stories are all lies. I don't believe she had any miscarriage. I don't think this woman can even be pregnant. And it is my belief, it is my opinion, that she had surrogates, and we have that idiot who's going along with that joke and that fraud. So we have Harry walking everything back and goes to Tom Bradby. And in Tom Bradby, he says, did Meghan say there was any racist person? Not because he wanted to protect his family. It wasn't that. It was because he had seen that his hateful, horrendous tactics against his dying grandparents and the entire family had failed. Because had his tactics and their tactics, Harry and Meghan's tactics of hatred, pure hatred against his family, lies, slander, had worked, and had he been loved in the United States and the rest of the world, and had he seen and had his family actually suffered the worst horrific downfall, he would have been happy. The fact that it backfired is why you are seeing him now saying the UK will always be my home. We've seen this man do so many lawsuits. I mean, so many lawsuits. That's not because he wants justice. That's because he's angry that he's not important. He wants to keep himself relevant, and he wants the United Government to pay for his anger, for his irrelevance, because Harry has realized that he's not important. That without the Buckingham Palace PR machine, he is a nobody, because the Buckingham Palace PR machine did a fantastic job at selling us an image of a man that didn't exist, to the point that to this day, people are still saying, oh, if Prince Harry comes back, we're going to take him because he's been, Stockholm Syndrome. No. Yes, Meghan is less stupid than Harry is, but he knows what he's doing. And if he could hurt his family more, he would. He wants to come back to the United Kingdom, not because he misses his family, not because he appreciated the values and traditions of his family, the monarchy, and his country, because God knows we've seen him in other interviews. When CBS interview said, oh, now the United States is my home. It feels like home. People have been wonderful here. He went in Stephen Colbert. Yeah, the U.S. is my home. It's amazing. I love it. We have a fantastic life. My wife and I and our kids have a fantastic life. But why is he saying that? Because he finds himself broke and unloved. He's realized that Meghan Markle doesn't love him. And he can't stand her. He literally can't stand Meghan Markle, to the point that they can't even look at each other when they're out in public nowadays. And he's not a good actor. He can't fake it. He can't fake it. And neither is Meghan Markle, because she can barely stand to see that man. So it is his ego, it is his arrogance that wants to come back to the UK with the same privileges that he had before. He wants Buckingham Palace. He's angry at Buckingham Palace because they're not whitewashing his image. How dare you not whitewash my image? How dare you not give me a convoy of tax-funded security police, or whatever you want to call it? How dare you not claim that I am an internationally protected person like I've been my whole life? It is called real life. So I ask you, beautiful people, now we have Tyler Perry. Remember how proud of Tyler Perry? Tyler Perry has featured prominently in Harry's life in the U.S. along with Oprah. And Oprah's time is coming too, guys. Oprah's time, she's going to be gone. Her downfall is going to be just as bad as Harvey's and Tyler's. But these two figures have been pivotal in Harry's and Meghan Markle's move. So, yes, Tyler Perry is the godfather to one of Harry's children. And now, pretty much, Christian Keyes has spilled the beans in regards to Tyler Perry. He hasn't named it yet, but we all know what it is about. We know that it's Tyler Perry. At least I think it is. And this Tyler Perry figure is permanently linked to Lily, who is a member of the royal family for now, thanks to Meghan Markle. So Harry has allowed Meghan Markle to make all his choices for him instead of Buckingham Palace. And we have seen the result of Meghan Markle making choices for Harry. Because Meghan Markle is an idiot. Meghan Markle is a moron. Her life was a mess prior to meeting Harry or being with Harry. And after she married Harry, She made a mess out of both their lives. Not only Harry's. Harry's life, was a mess, but was under control with Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace had set up a great image for him. He had heads together. The Royal Foundation had Invictus, and they put Harry to fronted, backed by everybody. He was doing all these things, all these events. He was representing the Queen. In comes Meghan Markle, a woman who at 36 years of age had nothing to her name, nothing. She was not a millionaire, guys. She was not making $50,000 per episode. No, she wasn't. Okay. She was the sixth person on the call sheet, and then she was a supporting character on a B-list rated cable show filmed in Toronto because it didn't make it in US today. Okay, so this woman who had nothing had fled. She had gone looking for her freedom in the United Kingdom. By luck, met a man who was as desperate, as jealous, and as envious as she was. And we see Meghan Markle take over the choices for Harry because Harry's used to people doing things for him, everything. He's used to not having to think about anything. Do I have a problem? My pa will solve it. Do I have a problem? Buckingham Palace will talk to the papers. And even the reporters were willing to go along with that fallacy of the story that they were put up about Harry. They're still willing to go with that story. So we're seeing how stupid Meghan Markle is because she's taken over the choices of a prince of the United Kingdom. And instead of improving both their lives and their children's lives, she has made a mess out of both. Terrible mess. And a very public mess because everything they've done is public. So Harry has gone, yes, as I said at the beginning of this video, from a very loved prince to a despised D-list celebrity. From fame to infamy, ridicule, being the laughingstock not only of the United Kingdom and the United States, but of the entire world. And he has been exposed as a weak, lying, envious, petty little man that he is. And what is worse, I feel bad for the Gingers. So please leave your comments, beautiful people. I do want to see what you think of that. Do you think that Harry and Meghan, or Harry, can come back from this? Do you think that he's aware that Meghan made poor choices? Do you think he's angry at her at all for all these choices and the situation he finds himself in? Because Harry likes to blame people. Do you think he's too scared to blame Meghan? Please let me know what you think, beautiful people.